Today, I'm just gonna be saying a fuck ton of just stories that happened in the past, just weird shit. But yeah, so sorry I haven't been posting that much. I have been posting quite a bit onto my Twitch streams though. Like I've been posting more and like games and stuff. I'm more serious into like gaming and stuff. But yeah, as you know, Christmas is coming up, and yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, starting off with the first one. I was at my friend Nolan's house, and as like old, like young kids, usually you're gonna be playing outside, and you're gonna be playing. We were playing hide and go seek, and as we were sitting there, we noticed that we all were hiding, and me and my friend Colin were hiding, and my friend Nolan was seeking. And as we're hiding, Nolan finds me up under this log. It was quick, but as we're searching for Nolan, and of course, Nolan's a kind of bigger guy, and we end up hearing him in a tree. And of course, it's not really good when the one fat kid is stuck in the tree. But as being him, he was scared of heights, so he didn't want to come down or anything. But we had to tell him to come down, and yeah. So the only thing he could get down to is a shed. And the shed was very old, and he decided to step off the tree onto the shed. And it only took a couple seconds for him to realize that the one step he could just hear cracks. And he looked directly into our eyes and just literally, he was speechless. He just fell the next second right into the shed. He came out with 0 scratches, but yeah, it was fine. But this was a long time ago. But I was just laughing and laughing, and it was just hilarious. But yeah, there was actually this other time. I was sitting in my class, and the power goes in our school. This was actually a while ago in elementary school. This kid. Oh, okay, hold on. This kid is just chilling there, right? And we're sitting there, and he starts getting an alarm on his phone going off, and his mom calls, and she comes to pick him up, and the teacher asks if they can go sign out of the office, and they're like, okay, we did. So we never got along ever. Like, this kid hated me, I hated him, and like, he was just annoying. Like, he was always bothering someone, and just so annoying. I just hated him. So he left, and it was the next day I come back to school, and this kid literally comes back and comes to my desk, and he's like, yo, what's your problem? And I'm like, nothing. What do you mean? And then he starts going off about how I'm a bad person, and then I'm talking trash about him. Me in elementary school, I'm just sitting there like, okay, yeah. And yeah, it ended up him pushing me out of my chair, so I grabbed him and pulled him over my desk to the point where my teacher comes over and kind of yanks us off, and he comes to my house with a tiny ass stick. Like, it was just a stick, and he's like, yo, I will fight you with this stick. And me at the time, I was actually, my friend Colin that I was in the previous story comes over, and he walks over and he's like, yo, what's your problem? And I said, this kid wants to fight me with the stick. So Colin shoves him up my stairs, and I didn't literally boot him in the head, but I kind of gave him a little kick in the head. So he kind of sprints off, and he chases after him, and literally every day after that, he started calling me a god. And yeah, it was kind of stupid, but that was kind of a stupid story. So this one's kind of a longer one. One time, this was actually pretty recent. I was just sitting in my English class doing my work, and Miss Sir comes in, which is my vice principal. She comes in and pulls me out of the class and asks me how I'm doing and everything, and she seems nice. I was just thought I was gonna be getting asked questions, right? No, she comes in, she's like, so, what's with you in social media? And I'm like, oh, just kind of, I don't have social media. And she's like, well, you've been commenting on someone's post. And I'm like, what? I don't have social media, I don't have a phone. She's like, well, your name's being put on with harassing people. And I was just kind of like, I don't really talk to anybody on social media. I don't have a phone. And this girl comes in. And she starts just blabbering about how I'm telling her to kill herself. And I don't even know what she's talking about at this point, so I'm kind of lost. I'm like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I just got pulled down to the office. And apparently some kid's coming on telling her to kill herself and saying all this messed up shit. And my name's been put into something, and I was just kind of like lost into whatever was being said. But some kid's been telling her to go around killing herself, but I was just kind of sitting there. And before work, I got my parents called home and a whole bunch of stuff. It was just a disaster. So I was just kind of chilling, be like, yeah, whatever, yeah, okay. I am being close to, like, her parents were ready to sue me for, like, harassment and stuff, like, all this stuff. Like, it was bad. But, yeah. I come to school the next day, and I had to go to the office again. I thought it was just the fact that we were done and over with, but no. Her parents walked through, my parents walked through, and I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah. Oh, my game just crashed.